Hey everybody. So today we're going to talk about the cult of Trump followers. Now, many of the more extreme followers of President Donald Trump are often referred to as cult members. So many times in recent times in the United States, a specific group of people have been referred to as cult members. Oftentimes, these people ask what a cult is. A cult is a relatively small group devoted to a person, idea, or physiology. The term is often applied to religious movement that exists in some degree of tension with the dominant religious or cultural inclination of a society. Cults are typically led by a charismatic and self-appointed leader who tightly controls its members, requiring unwavering devotion to a set of beliefs and practices which are considered deviant, outside the norms of society.
That's basic us versus them mentality that's baked right in. That's a very convenient way for culty bad guys to isolate you from other people and the outside world.
I am the chosen.
According to the Cult Education Institute, there are specific warning signs to look out for when considering whether a group might be a cult. Cults are characterized by 1. Absolute authoritarianism without accountability. Number 2. Zero tolerance for criticism or questions. Number 3. Lack of meaningful financial disclosure regarding budget. Number 4. Unreasonable fear about the outside world that often involve evil conspiracies and persecutions. Number 5. A belief that former followers are always wrong for leaving, and there is never a legitimate reason for anybody to leave. Number 6. Abuse of members. Number 7. Records, books, articles, or programs documenting the abuse of leaders or groups. Number 8. Followers feel they are never able to be good enough. Number 9. A belief that the leader is right at all times.
You feel righteous about a group being the right way or the only way?
We'll see who's right. Ultimately, I'm always right.
And number 10, a belief that the leader is exclusive, meaning of knowing truth or giving validation. Now, why do people join cults? To those on the outside, it can be difficult to understand why anyone would join a cult. Researchers have found that there are several reasons why individuals may join. Most individuals don't recognize the group they're joining is considered a cult. Individuals who are attracted to groups that are considered cults may have certain vulnerabilities that make them more likely to join, such as anxiety or substance abuse problems. Another study found that many cult members experience attachment insecurity prior to joining the cult. Their insecurities may drive them towards a group that promises acceptance.
Do people keep telling you how special you are?
We love you. You're very special.
Once they join a group, they're usually distant from outside influences. After people are separated from the outside world, leaving the group becomes difficult. They often grow dependent on being in the group and develop suspicions of anyone outside the group. This is why some people suspect that cult members are brainwashed. There is some science behind this idea, as members are often told they're being persecuted by people outside the group. Cults rely on a range of psychological tactics to recruit and retain members. These methods manipulate emotions, perceptions, and social bonds to ensure loyalty. There is the 4 in the door technique. That is a tactic that involves asking for small commitments at first, which gradually lead to larger requests. For example, a cult might invite you to a harmless event or meeting. Over time, as you invest more time and energy, you may feel compelled to stay involved and commit to the group. Cognitive dissonance occurs when your actions don't match your beliefs, creating discomfort. Cults take advantage of this by putting members in situations where they need to justify extreme behaviors to align with their new belief. This mental struggle helps strengthen their commitment to the group. In a cult, members are often pressured to adapt to the group's ideology without question. Any dissent or disagreement is discouraged, leading to group thinking, where critical thinking is abandoned in favor of keeping the peace. This stifles individuality and promotes blind loyalty. Cults often isolate members from their family, their friends, and the outside world by cutting off outside influences and controlling communication. Leaders ensure that members rely on the group for support and validation, deepening their dependence on it. Contrary to popular belief, cults don't just prey on the gullible. Anyone can fall victim under the right circumstances, but certain factors make individuals more vulnerable than others. Major life changes, such as moving to a new city, losing a loved one, or changing careers, can leave people feeling uncertain or in need of support. During these times, individuals may be searching for stability and a sense of belonging, which cults often offer in abundance. Cults often promise answers to life's big questions, which can be especially appealing to people who feel lost or unfulfilled. Their ideologies often provide a sense of purpose, making them attractive to those searching for meaning and direction in life. Individuals with low self-esteem may be more vulnerable to manipulation. Cults often begin by showering new recruits with praise and acceptance, boosting their confidence and making them feel valued. Once they are hooked, control tactics are gradually introduced. Authoritarian leadership is where cults are usually led by a single charismatic leader who demands complete loyalty. This leader is often seen as perfect and beyond question, discouraging any doubt or challenges to their authority. This will say that news coming out about them is fake news, or any kind of criminal persecution is just a pure witch hunt. Cults often make grand promises such as offering salvation, eternal happiness, or secret knowledge. These claims are rarely backed by evidence and are designed to attract vulnerable individuals looking for answer. There is recent effects that contribute to the latest Trump cult. The COVID-19 pandemic, severe economic disruption, isolation, lack of touch, social distancing, social and political polarization, increased time online, internet addiction, recruitment into extreme conspiracy theories and cults and scams. If in a vulnerable state, you may fall for one of these many recruitment strategies. Some take place in person, where you may meet someone at work through a friend or from the community. You may also find yourself recruited online from social media posts, websites, YouTube videos, discussion forums, dating apps, movies, or video games. Influences is everywhere, and many types of influences can determine if you will end up falling into a cult or not. Parenting, relationships, friends, family, community, media, with advertising, film, social media, education, politics, business, religion, and psychotherapy. You also have to remember that influence can be enormously positive and helpful as well as detrimental.